Good morning, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura.
And I'm Sarah.
And today is my holiday video.
Yay!
As was said in my intro, this is my holiday video, and this time we're going to be making holiday cookies that are Frozen themed. We're going to make a lot of cookies today. So I bought Frozen 2 cookie mixes that were really cute, and they drew my attention because they were at Walmart and they had Frozen on them, and that's why I bought them. So now we're going to make the cookies. Or Sarah's mostly going to make the cookies.
I'm going to make, she's going to watch. I might let her stir every now and then.
Read the backs of the boxes maybe?
Maybe go back up so my head's not cut off.
Oh yeah, that would, yeah.
Short gremlin. You need a box? You want a box to stand on?
A box.
Want a box?
Look, I can almost make myself your height. Look at that.
I got a squat some. Okay, directions. Adult supervision required. That's me. Adults, lightly grease baking sheet with butter or cooking spray. Kids, be sure to wash your hands, you nasty little gremlins. Cooking can be messy work. You might want to wear a smock or apron.
I've got a Till Death Do We Part shirt that already has chocolate on it.
Cool, dirty shirts work. Kids, combine cookie mix, butter, and egg in a large bowl. Mix until well blended. Gather into a ball with your hands and place on a lightly floured surface. Divide into 8 pieces and use your hands to roll cookie dough into balls. Place 2 inches apart. You don't want your balls to touch. Yeah, we're not gonna use our hands. We're gonna use a mixer.
I was offended just by that instruction.
You get your hands in it. Lord, I ain't never.
Imagine all of like,
Here, put this in your boobs. It needs to be room temperature. Put it under your armpits. It's gotta be room temp.
I'll just hold it against my belly.
So a trick for baking cookies is you want to combine all of your dry ingredients first and then your wet ingredients separately, and then mix them together. That will make the best cookies. Oh child, we got paintbrushes in this one. This is the snowflake one. We got paintbrushes. We got a cookie cutter.
So this one's gonna be a little bit more complicated than the other.
We got edible tattoos. Wow. What is this?
What it look like?
I don't know.
Icing mix?
Oh, royal icing mix. Yep.
I have to put the butter on it.
This is a watercolor palette. Cookie mix, cookie mix. What is this? God, those are like the worst cookies I've ever seen. Here we go into the unknown.
Into the
Where is that up?
Do they both say preheat? Same thing.
350. You most sugar cookies cook at 350. 350, preheat the oven to 350. Ooh, child, look good. I could have done all this shit from scratch. Alright, the butter's probably warmed up enough. You want to start with cold buttering. You also want to put this into a different. Ooh, child. You'll have a lot of cookies, girl.
I forgot.
Okay, so how many? We need 1 whole stick, which is 8, and then 4. One.
Oh, she cutting through the paper. Oh, the paper dropped in it.
Ta-da!
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, child.
You know, it's kind of ironic. We started this video, and normally I will do a video where we make something from absolute scratch. And before we started this video, you made an entire batch.
From scratch. And we didn't film.
So before we started this video, she made an entire batch of sugar cookies from scratch. And instead, I decided to do boxed sugar cookies.
Shit. I made these with a cookie press. So I didn't have to let my dough cool, but yeah, these are better.
So now that we've mixed the dough, we're gonna chill it and let it harden a little bit.
I'm gonna put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, freezer for about 20 minutes.
Let's make some royal icing.
Royal icing for the royal princesses.
This is what they gave us to do royal icing with. And we're making like 36 cookies. Because someone got 3 boxes.
3 boxes.
I hate packaged royal icing. I also don't like the meringue powder that you use. It tastes weird. But you can I think you can use egg whites. And I'm not certain how you like don't get salmonella when you do that. I've never looked into it because most people just use meringue powder. So, meringue powder.
I'll do a close-up on my phone.
The recipe is as follows for a stiff meringue. 3 tablespoons meringue powder, 4 cups sifted confectioner's sugar, and 5 tablespoons of water.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, it smells vile.
It does not.
Okay, so everything smells bad to me. I hope I'm not pregnant.
That smells lovely. Like that smell.
I like that smell. 1, 2, proper measuring. And 3. Just use a fucking spoon.
3.
4 cups confectioner's sugar, otherwise known as powdered sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're supposed to sift it, but we didn't. Ah! And then 5 tablespoons water. You can add water if you want more. But the more water you add, the less stiff it's going to be. 2, 3, 4, 5, since a lot of that ran out. Maybe 6.
And then you mix it. Go slow.
Did you know that powdered sugar is flammable?
No.
Yeah, sugar dust right now, if we were to light what's coming out of the bowl on fire, it would explode. It would explode and be a chain reaction down into what's in the bowl. And it would literally explode. Let's not do that. That's why so many bakeries catch on fire and explode.
Well, that happened.
You want some fondant?
Oh my god.
So also, royal icing can be used to make fondant. If you don't add a lot of water, it turns into that Play-Doh nasty shit that's on top of cakes that everyone uses to sculpt with, but it's just, oh, so horrible and disgusting. Your cookies when you go to design them. One together.
It was flying.
That one? Really?
I did my nails for this video.
Remember, kids, only use the appropriate bowls that come with your mixers. You want it to have a nice, firm drizzle, because that's the kind of consistency. See, it's a peak, so it's nice and stiff.
Put your finger in there and taste it. It's like vanilla to me. It tastes like dental equipment to me. So what it is some people can really taste the meringue powder. I think it tastes like a dental visit. And Laura thinks it just tastes like vanilla. So now you've got your chilled dough out. You really, really, really want to let it chill overnight if you're going to be rolling it. But we're just going to kind of half-ass it. I guess. Because I'm not rolling.
It doesn't say you have to chill it. Or did I just read over that because I didn't want to see it?
On a lightly floured surface, this is for the kids to do. On a lightly floured surface, roll cookie dough to 3/16 of an inch thick. And then cut it out.
They want the kids to do that.
Yeah, they do. That ain't happening. Not in this house. This is the house of God. You know what we're going to do?
What I did.
We're going to roll them out into flat balls. And then once they come out of the oven, we're going to cut them.
Is that a thing?
Oh no, we're going to make it a thing. So remember that butter that I cut with scissors? You're going to unfold it a little bit. And you're going to hold it in your hand. You want to get a close up?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to hold it in your hand and then you're going to... You're just going to do like little swirly swirls. You're going to grease your pan. Should have done that first. I wrote frozen. You're going to walk out a frame over here and get a paper towel. And then you're going to take your swirly swirls and you're just going to wipe the paper towel over it.
Make it real smooth.
Probably too much butter, but hey, that's okay.
Never too much butter.
We're in the South. When you go to make cookies, and you go to put them into little balls or what have you, wet your hands because it'll keep the dough from sticking to your hands because this is a really sticky dough.
Sticky dough. Because it said some of them to roll them into balls, and then some of them to roll them out and cut them. So you're just going to cut them once they're rolled.
Yeah, these are the round ones. You're like, sure, they're round.
Yeah. Oh, what's she doing? What's she doing?
There's no way in hell that I could cut shapes out of this
It's
dough.
really hard.
Like,
We're gonna let it cook first.
like these aren't even like proper cookie shapes. I'm just gonna make like a big square cookie and see how many we can get. Ready for this? Ready for this? Ready for this?
No.
Bam! Bam! Awesome. This is no. This isn't gonna work. You okay there?
No.
This is literally cake dough. Taste it.
But why?
Taste it. It's cake dough.
But why? It is cake dough, but why?
It's cake dough. You can't make cookies out of cake dough. This is horrible. Walmart, I want my money back.
They both say sugar cookie kit.
It's cake. Why don't you just make a fucking cake with it? Like, I shit you not.
Let's do something with it. I've got to have an end product.
We can bake mine.
Ta-da.
I am in misery. This cookie dough's not fucking right. It tastes like cake. Like it's cake. It's cake.
It's cake.
I swear I know how to bake, and this is cake. This is cake consistency.
What are you doing?
This is cake. Make one big cookie.
And then what?
I don't know. This is not cookie dough, it's cake.
I have a concern.
Trust the madness. You trust Caroline, trust me. But Caroline knows how to cook.
Caroline is Zen.
And I'm chaos, thanks for noticing. She's like a cleric. And I'm a rogue.
What's she doing? That doesn't say frozen.
It's the cake of failure. Please tell me I spell fail, right?
Yes.
I'm a little worried. This is what happens when you break a sugar cookie. See that? See that? Hear that snap? That's a cake. Cookie ASMR. That's a cake. It's not even like. Yeah, hold your phone on. Look at this. Look at this consistency. Look at this grain work. See that grainage right there? That's bread. That's not a cookie. That's bread.
Mm.
All right, so now that your cake's absolutely fucked, let's make them the right way. So for this, you need 1 cup unsalted butter. Remember, so we're gonna do this the proper way. So you are going to mix your wet ingredients first, and then your dry ingredients. And the butter is chilled, but not frozen. Cold butter makes it easier for the dough to stay together, but so you don't want it like liquidy butter. You want it just like sitting out while you're prepping everything. And then you want 1 large egg, boom.
I hate we wasted the other egg and butter.
Boom. Then don't get that in your pepper. We don't want this out at all. Bitch, the trash can's right next to you. What are you doing in your life? I need another hand towel. You want to have a towel. And then you do 1 cup sugar. So it's sugar, butter, and eggs. Then you're going to put it on your mixing stand until it's fluffy. What you do?
That already looks better than what we had with all the egg and butter flopping around.
Right?
It looks like you were making scrambled eggs.
So now you have your sugar, butter, and eggs, and it's nice and fluffy. Fluffy is what we want. Fluffy is key. Extract. 1, 2.
The best way to count is just to pour and count at the same time instead of actually measuring.
1. I like mine to be a little more almondy. You can do 1, 2 for vanilla and 1 for almond. Put that back in. It's an old mixer. It's like at least 30 years old.
Smell that almond.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they could smell it.
Yeah, it's already smelling better. It doesn't smell like cake. A little more, maybe. Beep. Cooking. She's starting to get She's starting to get stuck. Alright, now we're gonna do the powders. And so now we're gonna add your dry ingredients to this. You really should sift, but we're tired. We're after that. So 1/2. 1. Put it in. mix it. One and a half. Two. And a quarter. Or just 5 on.
What was that?
Huh?
What was that?
I'll put in the baking pot.
Baking. That's what's giving it a cookie consistency. Oh, okay.
Half teaspoon baking powder. You don't want to overbeat your stuff, but you want to make sure everything's combined.
That looks right.
Yeah, it doesn't look like cake mix. Nor does it smell like it. See?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and stiff. It's exactly what you want. So now we're gonna put it in the freezer. You should put it in the freezer, or you should refrigerate it overnight for the best rolling out consistency, and then split it in half, put both bags in the refrigerator overnight, and then alternate bags. So once you take one bag out, and then once it starts getting gooey, you put it back in the freezer or the refrigerator and take the other one out. So you can keep your dough cold, because the colder your dough, the stiffer it's going to be, and the easier it's going to be to cut and roll. And the more definition the edges of your cookies will have. I mean, eventually you make cookies so often that, like, you can just eyeball it and be done with it.
Now what?
Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this dough and you're going to put it in this plastic bag. And if you're doing it the right way, which we're not, because we're literally just going to let it chill through supper and then come back and make it again and make the cookies, which might fuck us up. It might, because it might still be too sticky. But what you want to do is you want to take and split your dough in half, put it in 2 separate plastic bags, and put them both in the fridge overnight. Then take one bag out and start to roll out and cut your cookies. When that cookie dough that you're currently working with gets too mushy, and you can start to kind of see the butter melting, you're going to put it back in the cookie dough, you're going to put it back in your plastic bag, put it back in the fridge, and grab the other one that's still in the fridge. So you're essentially just switching out bags of dough, keeping the butter nice and solid inside your dough mix. And that will make your cookies have more definition and more defined edges.
If we take it out and it's still too sticky, can we still roll them out and have round cookies?
Yeah.
Okay. So we might end up doing that and just decorating them all like that first box.
Yeah. Because if it's too sticky and it's not firm enough, it won't cut right. You'll cut it and you'll think it looks fine, and then you'll just have these, like, it'll just kind of blob out. Mm-hmm. When it blobs and spreads, that's because your cookie dough isn't, I mean, you could be at the wrong altitude, but I've always found that it's because your cookie dough wasn't cold enough when you were cutting the edges. So you want to put the cookies in almost cold, like cold in the oven. You don't want to let it get to room temperature. Room temperature is not cookie dough friendly because the butter melts.
Let me tilt this down so you can see it fluff.
So already this dough is a lot stiffer than what we had. I mean, look. It's a blizzard.
It is.
So this dough is already stiffer than the dough out of the boxes, which I can tell it's already going to be a good batch. I think this one might be better than the one I made the first time. I think that's because I went a little heavy on the almond, but I like almond cookies. Mm-hmm. Like, I like almond in my cookies. For summer, I will take lemon extract and add it to my sugar cookies, and that is just beautiful. What?
And if she's not too traumatized by this video, we might end up doing a summer video. Just like Southern Belle.
Yeah. Listen. So now that you've got your cookie dough, it's come out chilled. You want to take a small bit. You want to put it on a floured surface. I've got parchment paper down, but I'm still making a mess. You want to flour your hands, pop it down, take your rolling pin, take your rolling pin.
We have a director now.
And just roll that bad boy out. I use a, Gucci ass marble rolling pin, and just make sure that you're, like, powdering the dough as you go. You want to just get it nice and rolled out.
Nice and rolled out.
Nice and thin. But you don't want it to be too thin. So now that you've got it rolled out and it's like 3/4 of an inch thin, no, 1/4 of an inch thin, you're gonna take your cookie cutter and we're gonna use the cute little frozen, cute little snowflake cookie cutter, and we're gonna cut out some snowflakes.
David.
It's a snowflake.
It is a snowflake. It came with the frozen thing.
So you put it,
and
you
Elsa
press.
and Anna are Jewish.
They're Nordic. And then you pop out
You cute little snowflake.
your perfectly cut snowflake onto.
That looks like those creatures from...
Hi, we need that pan, please, director.
What do you want?
The flat pan.
No, like the panini things?
No. The cookie sheet. The cookie sheet.
You know what those things look like? They look like those screaming plants from Harry Potter. Like,
You mean the mandrakes?
yeah, it's like just kind of... When she picked it up, it went on a limb.
Oh.
That's a star.
It's a snowflake. It's blue and pointy.
So these are gonna be our round ones.
Barbara round. It's
This is gonna be
octagonal.
our round one.
How many sides does that have?
It's a weird snowflake, but it'll fit their face.
That is not a snowflake. That is like a deformed stop sign.
Looks like a dick. And this is the EMS star.
It really is. That one I will not argue with because truth.
It really does. Is this all the cookie cutters you guys have?
Oh no, we have plenty. We've got a lot.
So we can
got
say
we got a fuck ton.
we do something cool.
But it's frozen
Like the
themed.
Batman symbol.
We don't have the Batman symbol.
We thought
Well,
about
we need to make the
ghosts.
Batman symbol.
We thought about ghosts.
They do make the Batman symbol.
I know they do. Oh, and if you can hear me in this video, what they won't tell you is it's taken them 7 hours to get to this point. 7.
It doesn't usually take 7 hours.
7.
They were here through most of it. They know.
The hell were you showing them then?
Well, they were here through the mistake and then through the...
Trust me, this whole process is a mistake.
You know what? We don't need that kind of attitude in the kitchen. Mr. Debbie Downer.
Positivity.
Trust me, I'm positive that this is a mistake.
Okay, so once you've got all your pieces cut out, you just take your dough and you re-roll it out.
I also did my nails for this video.
But what has she been showing? This. Because she's literally just standing there with a spatula waiting to scrape the cookies off. But she's scared of hot, so she won't even like scrape the cookies.
Here's a great question. Can you bake cookies with nails like that?
Yes.
But should you?
No.
Exactly.
But I did my nails for this video.
At the very least, you need to wear gloves. Because if they chip and get into the food, well...
That's a health violation. That's a health
Exactly.
violation.
Maniology.com. Use code Laura10.
What did she just say?
She called you a maniac. He's a maniac, maniac. You know?
Yeah, thank you. Use all the space. Use all the dough.
And we're gonna ball it up until we can't use it anymore.
And then have more in the fridge.
And then you fry the little bits up.
Our cookies have cooled, and now they are ready to be decorated. So we're gonna start with this one.
What you doing?
I am piping a border around the sugar cookie with the thick royal icing. And then we're gonna take the thin royal icing and we're gonna flood it. So pipe a border. And you take your thin royal icing. The stiff icing that we piped on around the edge first. When you put the looser icing in, it's called flooding a cookie. And it essentially keeps all this loose gooey shit from flowing out. But eventually the champion stood, the rest all their better. Ta-da!
And Laura is the cat that didn't want to help until it was time to eat the food.
But I want to help with the sticker part. Look. I've left it up. There you go. So too close. Way too close. Okay. You're done now. So that was us creating frozen themed cookies eventually.
Eventually. I hope you all learned how to make decent ass cookies.
And if you didn't, at least you might have enjoyed the video.
The blooper reel is going to be great.
So great. So stay tuned.
7 hours.
So stay tuned for the blooper reel after the outro. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye. Say bye, Freya.
More like Laura's gonna sit and watch me make cookies again.
Yay! Let's do one thumbnail, holding the cups.
Okay.
And smiling at the camera. Could possibly be the thumbnail. 1, 2, 3, and again.
Good luck having one without my tongue in it.
Is this right?
Ah, jeez.
Can you pause that and restart it?
Hey, come on.
You're the one. You're the one who did it.
Wait, come here.
No, you're doing that Simba shit. Get away from me.
I'm not doing Simba.
Get away from me.
Oh, if you don't
Get
have
away from me. I will start chucking ice in you. You know how the flour and water?
It turns into cookie dough.
Play-Doh.
That's the part we live for.
I was gonna Uruk-hai you.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately goes and fixes makeup.
You press play again.
Oh.
White.
Didn't even do anything. Nothing even happened. You can't prove anything. I don't know what you're trying to imply with the things you say.
Press off. I look very dark.
This is better head lighting.
Yep.
Why do we only have one head?
Because if we had two, it would look funny. And I'd be more off balance than I already am.
Yeah, you go from like clumsy in an endearing way to danger to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's not even in the frame
I
if you
just-
step
I'm just
forward.
We're a cooking show.
oh, you're not tricking me into this shit. Not gonna happen.
Okay.
Where's your shirt say?
Till death do we part.
Oh, it's cute.
Link in the description.
Nice plug. Bravo.
Link in the description.
Do you like to cook with Mama? This is not cooking with Mama. Mama has never had to serve during the dinner rush when the orders are coming in one by one and they all have to be at the customer's table at the same time hot. This is not cooking with Mama.
You know who you sound like?
What?
The guy from Star Wars Episode 1. Anakin's... Oh, what's his name? The junkyard owner.
That's nasty.
That's
he
what
was
you sounded-
nasty.
But that's what you sounded like. What is his name?
Nasty flying man.
I don't have my phone to know it.
Nasty flying man.
Yes, that is who you sounded like. You had that.
It was from Ratatouille.
But you had the.
This is not cooking with Mama.
Oh, that's a good idea. I can just cut to that.
It's gonna be a good time. Wow.
Okay.
I've already emptied it out. We can't do two.
You're right.
On my face, like, he does this. They do this every year.
I think I'd already pressed play and it won't let me stop it. Why won't it let me stop it? Why won't it let me stop it? It won't let me.
So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your little helper here put his little feetsies in the bowl and make some royal icing. So you just go boop, 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 boop.
You should stop it and bring it over here.
Okay.
Make sure you keep that.
I was like, I think I mathed right. And that she's throwing 12 at me.
She's throwing 12 at me and I don't know why she's saying 12. Why is she saying 12? Alright, hold on. with our homemade hot chocolate and then switching to pepper. And that's who killed John F. Kennedy.
But who killed John Benet Ramsey?
John F. Kennedy.
Recording.